something massive is about to happen in your life. Not tomorrow, not next week, but right now. You've been through hell, and I know you know it. The sleepless nights wondering if anyone actually cares about your struggles. The tears you cried when no one was watching, believing you were completely alone in your pain. The prayers that felt like they hit the ceiling and bounced right back to mock you. The moments when you questioned if you were forgotten, abandoned, or somehow being punished for sins you couldn't even identify. But here's what you didn't see while you were walking through that valley of shadows. Here's what was hidden from your natural eyes but was always visible to mine. I was there. Every single time you thought you were alone, I was recording every tear that fell from your eyes. I was noting every betrayal that cut your heart. I was watching every person who smiled to your face, then drove the knife deeper into your back when you turned around. And now, after all this time of seeming silence, after all these months and years of apparent inaction, I'm about to move. Not gradually, not slowly, but with the kind of supernatural force that will leave everyone around you speechless and wondering what just happened to transform your life so dramatically. Pack your bags, and yes, I mean that in every possible way. Pack your literal bags because your location is about to change. Pack your mindset because your old way of thinking won't fit where you're going. Pack your heart because you're about to experience levels of joy, fulfillment, and purpose that your current emotional capacity can barely contain. What's coming will shake everything and everyone around you, and when the dust settles, you'll be standing in a completely different reality. Your enemies, the ones who laughed at your struggles and celebrated your setbacks, they're about to get a wake-up call they'll never forget. The people who counted you out, who wrote you off, who spread rumors about your failure, they're about to witness something that will force them to acknowledge that you serve a God who specializes in impossible turnarounds. I've been patient with them, maybe more patient than you thought was necessary. You wondered why I didn't strike them down immediately, why I didn't vindicate you sooner, why I allowed them to prosper while you suffered. But patience has a purpose that goes far deeper than immediate gratification. I wasn't ignoring you during this time. I was preparing you for something so significant that premature blessing would have actually been a curse. Here's the truth they desperately don't want you to know. The truth they've tried to hide from you through discouragement and distraction. Every struggle you endured made you stronger in ways that comfort never could. Every betrayal taught you wisdom that textbooks can't provide. Every closed door prepared you mentally, emotionally, and spiritually for the right doors that are about to swing wide open. You thought I forgot about you during those dark nights when heaven seemed silent? Think again. I could have given you everything easy from the very beginning. I could have answered every prayer the moment you spoke it, handed you success on a silver platter, opened every door without resistance. But then what would have happened to you? You would have stayed weak, unable to handle real pressure. You would have remained unprepared for the magnitude of what I'm actually planning for your life. You would have stayed unable to carry the weight of true authority and influence that comes only through the fire of genuine testing. The fire you walked through wasn't punishment for some hidden sin or character flaw. It was preparation for a level of breakthrough that requires supernatural strength to steward properly. The valley of shadows you traversed wasn't evidence of my abandonment. That was your training ground, your spiritual boot camp, your preparation for battles and victories that most people will never experience. Now you're different. Fundamentally, unshakably different. You've got something that most people will never possess because they'll never pay the price to obtain it. You have real authority that comes from real struggle, authentic wisdom that comes from authentic pain, and unshakable faith that comes from walking through situations that would have destroyed weaker people. And that authority, that wisdom, that faith, they're about to open doors that were locked tight against you for years. They're about to create opportunities that don't exist for people who haven't been through what you've been through. The tables are about to turn in such a dramatic fashion that it will leave observers stunned and speechless. Remember the voices that declared you were finished, that your dreams were dead, that you should just accept defeat and settle for mediocrity. Get ready to watch them eat every single word they spoke against you. Remember the doors that slammed in your face with such finality that you thought you'd never recover from the rejection. They're about to swing wide open, and you'll walk through them with the confidence of someone who knows they belong there. Remember the opportunities they handed to someone else while you watched from the sidelines, wondering why you weren't chosen. Bigger opportunities, better opportunities, opportunities specifically designed for your unique gifts and calling, are headed your way with supernatural speed. But here's the crucial difference, and this is important for your heart and your future. This isn't about revenge against the people who hurt you. This isn't about proving them wrong or making them pay for their mistakes. This is about demonstrating to the world what happens when someone truly trusts in something infinitely bigger than themselves, when someone refuses to give up despite overwhelming odds. When this breakthrough manifests in your life, everyone who witnesses it will know beyond any doubt that it wasn't luck. It wasn't connections or networking or playing the right political games. It wasn't even natural talent or superior skills. It was divine intervention, plain and simple, and that recognition will bring glory to my name while simultaneously opening doors for others who are watching your testimony unfold. What's really happening behind the scenes while you've been wondering if you're forgotten would amaze you if you could see it all at once. I've been moving chess pieces that you can't even see, orchestrating circumstances that stretch far beyond your immediate environment. Systems that kept you locked out for years are crumbling under the weight of their own corruption. Networks that blocked your advancement are falling apart as their hidden agendas come to light. People who conspired against you are about to turn on each other as their temporary alliances dissolve in the face of pressure and exposure. This isn't coincidence or karma finally catching up. This is divine strategy executed with precision timing. I'm not just opening doors for you to walk through. I'm systematically removing the people who kept those doors locked, clearing the path for your advancement while simultaneously dealing with those who opposed your progress. But here's something you need to prepare your heart for because it might catch you off guard. When the shaking starts, when the systems begin to crumble and the networks begin to fall apart, you'll see with crystal clarity who's really on your side and who was just pretending to be. Some people who you thought were genuine friends will disappear when the heat gets turned up. Some who seemed like enemies might surprise you by showing unexpected support and even apologizing for their past treatment of you. Don't chase the ones who leave when things get uncomfortable. Don't waste emotional energy mourning what falls away during this season of transition. I'm cleaning house with surgical precision, making room in your life for the right people while removing what would only hold you back from the destiny that's waiting for you. And where you're going is bigger, more significant, and more fulfilling than anything you've allowed yourself to imagine up to this point. Look around at where you are right now. This place, this situation, this level of existence and influence. It served its purpose during a specific season of your life. It protected you when premature exposure would have destroyed you. It taught you lessons you needed to learn and gave you experiences you needed to have. But you've outgrown it completely, and staying here any longer would actually hinder your development rather than help it. That restlessness you feel in your spirit, that dissatisfaction with status quo, that inner knowing that there's more for you somewhere else, that's not discontent or ingratitude. That's destiny calling your name, and the cloud is moving whether you're ready or not. The season is shifting with or without your permission, and you have a choice to make. You can stay comfortable in familiar surroundings, or you can follow the call into unknown territory that holds your breakthrough. Comfort has always been the enemy of greatness, and you weren't created for comfortable. You were designed for impact, for influence, for leaving a mark on this world that will outlast your physical presence here. When I say I'm giving you something new, I don't mean recycled opportunities that belonged to someone else first. I don't mean hand-me-down blessings or second-hand favor. I mean completely new, specifically designed for you, custom-created opportunities that didn't exist before this moment. New relationships with people who will actually recognize your value and treat you accordingly. New levels of favor that will make your head spin as you try to process how quickly things are changing. This isn't just restoration of what you lost. This is supernatural multiplication that defies natural logic. For every year that felt completely wasted, you're getting back double in accelerated time. For every relationship that betrayed and hurt you, You're getting connections that will heal those wounds and demonstrate what authentic love looks like. For every door that closed in your face, you're getting better doors opening with red carpet treatment. But listen carefully, because this is crucial for your discernment during this season. Not every opportunity that shows up during this time of movement is from me. In this season of supernatural acceleration, you'll have more options than you've ever had before. Some will look absolutely amazing on the surface, but feel wrong in your spirit. Some will seem small and insignificant, but carry the unmistakable peace that confirms divine origin. Follow the peace, not just the promise. I don't lead with confusion, and I don't mix truth with deception. When something is truly from me, you'll recognize it in your gut before your mind can even process all the details. Trust that inner voice because it's gotten significantly stronger and more accurate through everything you've been through. You know that feeling of never quite fitting in anywhere, of being different in ways you couldn't explain to people who didn't understand. That wasn't a character flaw or social deficiency. That was intentional design. I set you apart on purpose for such a time as this. While others were getting easy access to certain rooms, certain opportunities, certain people, you were being preserved, protected, and prepared for something they couldn't handle even if it was offered to them. Your isolation wasn't rejection from me. It was reservation for the right timing and the right connections. Now you'll finally understand why those doors stayed closed for so long. Because these doors, the ones about to open, are infinitely better than anything you could have accessed before now. Your breakthrough isn't coming, it's here.